that we have seen, I think, two very important trends over the last, let's say, 2 decades or so. The one was this social entrepreneurship trend that Vanina has done a lot of research on, and that you have kind of organizations like Ashoka, Skoll Forum, the WEF Leaders of Tomorrow, where people have recognized that there is a certain type of entrepreneurial qualities focused on social issues. And the theme was about putting these, understanding these qualities, recognizing them, giving them awards, providing them with networks, giving them all kind of support, and putting them in a way on a pedestal, making them visible. And the other big trend was impact investing, which is a bit younger. It, as I said, started in 2007 with a study from JP Morgan that basically said there is potential for a new asset class, which is impact investing, and which actually is intentional addressing of social issues with capitalism. And by now, this trend also, like social entrepreneurship, has developed a lot of momentum. We have now about 500 billion in committed capital. There are hundreds of impact funds around. And I guess what we have learned through elea in our work is that these trends are incredibly important, both of them, but sometimes it feels like a bit of a disconnect between them. So you have lots of social entrepreneurs who get awards, who met Barack Obama and Mrs. Merkel, but they have no clue how to deal with money and waste a lot of money. And on the other hand, you have a lot of impact funds that when you ask them a question, well, what is exactly impact? You just don't get anything other than a relatively superficial sentence of, well, we are wanting to do something beneficial for societies. And so what we said is what is needed is to integrate these two concepts and to make entrepreneurs, put them in a position that they can actually maximize the value of capital, and at the same time enable investment organizations to make the best use of entrepreneurship. And so that's why we said, and that's the first part of the equation. And the second part of the equation, which is profit and impact, I think simply comes from societal development around all the debate about the very famous Milton Friedman quote, the business of business is business, or the sole responsibility of companies is to achieve profit. And I mean, I read Milton Friedman, and I think he is typically either misquoted or just for manipulative reasons quoted wrongly, because what Milton Friedman actually said is, if you are in charge of a business that you're not the owner of, you have no right to essentially use the owner's funds to either lower prices for social reasons or increase salaries for social reasons or give away profit. That's what Milton essentially said. But I think what he missed was that societies want to see an intention of business to do good. It's just not enough to talk about business and hope for unintended consequences that it will also lead to broad-based benefits for society. Of course, many, and I would even say most of the businesses have very positive implications for society, but some were never intended. I mean, an example was telecom. Telecom companies with their mobile phones had probably have overall the biggest impact, but they never intended that social impact. It just happened because they produced mobile phones that allowed countries like Kenya to essentially become even more advanced than Western countries with mobile money, with M-Pesa.